That's what leadership can do for you. That's what I call the leadership advantage. The opportunity to use something beyond systems and tools, beyond new technology. The opportunity to take all of the wonderful elements of leadership, all of the qualities that leaders have, but also 5 specific jobs that leaders must perform, and create great music. And attract the people to you. Attract the great performers who want to perform with you, and attract the crowd of consumers who want to listen to your message. That's leadership. And that can do things as exciting as the flash mob, or as exciting as what we do. Leadership is your single most important asset. Contrary to popular belief, money is quite cheap. And time, which is normally considered to be a high valuable asset, is squandered. It's leadership that allows us to not only manage the investment of money and time, but to ensure the correct outcomes from it. Interestingly enough, leadership isn't innate. It's not a characteristic. Some people say, he's a great leader, she's a natural-born leader. The truth is that there really isn't a leadership personality. And that's because leadership is an activity. It's a series of habits that can be exercised. And every day when you go into your role, your job, whether you're leading just an office, or whether you're leading an entire company of offices, or whether you're leading a region or a nation, when you stop to think before you go in that door, what will I exercise today? What habits must I apply to being a leader? You'll find that some of these you may do well, and some of these need to be strengthened. But that you may not be a natural, but you can certainly be better. Now, why leadership? Why in an era when we love to find quick solutions to so many things, where it's so easy to find another consultant or a technology vendor or a marketing scheme or whatever we want to solve problems, why suddenly look back to leadership? Well, I think the critical reason is that leadership is unique. To be quite honest, there's not a lot of leadership going on in the world today. And not just in our business, everywhere. It's rare to find people who are willing to lead. It's rare to find people who are excited to lead. It's precious to have time with someone who is a leader. And I think it's a unique advantage because we've almost become so task-oriented these days. We've become so task list and instant responsive that we fail to step back and think about what it all means. And leaders have the unique opportunity to do that. It's also non-commoditizable. You know, a lot of people have bought their way into our industry over the last 10 years, and they can buy their way into marketing. They can buy their way into PR. They can buy their way into all sorts of positions. But at the end of the day, are they leaders? I also love leadership because unlike any other initiative in any of our organizations, leadership is pervasive. According to Gallup, 88% of people say that what they're being asked to do at work is not what they are best at doing. And 86% said they actually aren't sure what they should be doing at work. Those numbers are troublesome. The most interesting thing I find is that the majority of changes essentially come from someone who simply decides. They weren't necessarily all that organic, to be honest with you. They weren't even that predictive. People simply decided and were willing to lead with all the challenges and risks that it came with. All of the things that we've been wringing our hands about over the past 10 years. And then I started to discover that there were people who simply made decisions. There were companies who decided to syndicate and not to syndicate. And they went with it. And there were companies who decided to do certain things with commissions and not do things with commissions. And after they made the decision, interesting things happened. But they put the stake in the ground and they went with it. And when they did, all of the managers went, okay, they decided. All the agents went, okay, that's the decision, let's go with it. And the customers went, that's their decision. And everybody proceeded to move forward. I'm simply saying that every time a leader decided, things lined up. Just like the first leader started playing the notes, people didn't come along and start playing a different note. Nobody tried to squeeze Mozart in the middle of Beethoven's symphony. When you decide, things light up. If you want to just do Me Too business like everyone else, then they are the leaders. But when you're the leader, you decide, I'd rather take a gamble on our vision. I believe enough in my vision than just be another Me Too. This is the work that leaders do.